Songwriter, best-selling author, and former Spice Girl, Geri Halliwell-Horner is continuing the adventures of another iconic ginger in her new book, Rosie Frost, Ice on Fire. Please welcome the fabulous Geri Halliwell-Horner. So, welcome back. Yay. So good to have you back. Listen, you walked out here to stop one of the iconic hits with the Spice Girls from 1997. That chorus is a fan favorite. How did it come about?
Well, you know, it's like a group, everyone contributes, but the actual strap line, that "Stop right now, thank you very much," I was in my bed, and we'd just gone back from a big show in front of His Royal Highness. Oh. I was quite like, oh. And I just came up with that. And then I brought it to the studio to the other girls, and then you had... Oh, yeah, it was after that. So it's really funny. Can I just tell you, first of all, it's lovely to see you all, so amazing women. All of you individually. And hello, everyone. I'm so excited to see you. You know, you were just talking about direwolves.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay, the kismet of this.
Yes.
So
you don't have one.
No, the opening scene in Rosie Frost is all about a direwolf.
That's right.
And it's all about genetics. There's a big lab and there's a scientist who's creating animals from the past.
Yeah.
And I wrote that, like, that was 2 years ago, and when I saw it, I was like, oh my God.
Yeah.
And now you're
stealing ideas from my book.
You
wrote it into being.
Well, exactly.
Slay you. Right, okay, so you were a criminal prosecutor.
Yes, I was.
And for those of you who don't know that, and I was like, wow. And I have a question for you.
Sure.
Like, so in characters in books, I try and make them well-rounded.
Yeah.
You know, even in the villain, so to speak, you know, in the worst of us, there's the best of us, and then you understand why they've behaved like that.
Yes, exactly.
Would you, in your experience, when you were being a prosecutor, what would you say about...
I think that there is good in everyone. I think there's a possibility for rehabilitation in everyone, and I think many people are victims of their upbringing and their circumstances.
Yeah, I sort of dip into that in the whole Rosie Frost theme, is that, you know, we are many things. It's whether we act on all those in the environment within us.
I think some people were just born evil and are irredeemable.
Maybe so too.
Well,
good question.
Well, you're obviously here for your Rosie Frost book tour, but you're no stranger to the Big Apple. You were here years ago to film a cameo in Sex and the City.
Okay.
We do have a clip from it.
We always do.
Samantha Jones, how are you?
Great, Phoebe. How are you?
Refreshed. We just dropped by the Soho house for a dip. I mean, what else can you possibly do in this heat? Except sit by the pool and drink cocktails while they mist you with Evian.
That was 2003. What do you remember from filming that?
Okay, so before I went into music, I studied English literature and acting. And so I had to audition for that part. And the writers are really about the beats. You know, you've really got to be on point. And I was thrilled to get the part. And I remember I was in the meat packing district and looking up, and I was delivering my lines, and they'd put me in a bikini, and I was doing it, and I was thinking, I love my life. I was like, you know when you get those moments, you look up and you think, thank you, God. That was one of those moments. And then I got more credit from people for doing that scene, coming up going, you know, going, well done doing that. I was like, well, it was such an iconic.
Such an iconic.
But you are here for this amazing book, Rosie Frost, Ice on Fire, which is the sequel to Rosie Frost and the Falcon Queen, which I think we're also here for. And no big deal, it was a New York Times bestseller.
Congrats.
In the first one, Rosie finds herself at a mysterious school and has to go through a series of games to find out why she's there. Where do we find her now?
Okay, so she finds out her mother was murdered. Okay, and she's grieving. I don't know if any of you have lost anyone, but that grief, I lost my father when I was young. And grief manifests in a very sort of strange way. She's really angry. She doesn't know what to do with it. And when she finds out that her mum was murdered, she wants revenge. And the reason why I brought that subject up with you is that it's like the ricochet of revenge. She wants revenge, and she slightly acts on it, and then it's kind of like that icky feeling you get afterwards, and you go, I'm not sure that was great. And so it's really looking at that, the darkness within us. It looks at behind, you know, the bad guys. Why do they behave the way they do? But also it's action adventure. It's like fast-paced, big volcano. We talked about, you know, the ecological question of whether you should, just because you can, you know, because
Probably not.
Probably, you know, you said that. You know, Bloodstone is very like Jurassic Park, but with endangered animals. So it sort of looks at those questions too. So, yeah.
It's really complicated, and writing a book is so much fun, but it's also incredibly challenging, as you know. So my question to you is, it's a series of 3. So how do you come up with your characters?
OK, this is really interesting. OK, so I always think character first. Now, so Whoopi, you've done lots of acting. If you don't care about the character, who cares? Whether they climb the mountain or... If you don't care, not invested, who cares?
That's right.
So I'm sort of like a bit of a chef, and I'm always thinking, I take a bit of you,
So you take from people that you know.
Totally.
I do the same thing.
Always do the same thing.
Yeah.
And it's brilliant when you get the aha moment sometimes. For example, OK, Whoopi, right? I just love you. Right, I do. You're all gorgeous, right? Whoopi is just real. You are just such a... And well done what we just saw on you. But that's really inspiring. But when you have examples of just someone being completely not people-pleasing themselves, you know, fantastic. And it's great inspiration for all of us. Anyway, there's a character in book 3, and I'm writing book 3 at the moment, and it was going to be a man, and it's like this real kind of pivots the story, reveals why, very wise, and, you know, it's a historical character. And I went, hold on a minute. I got an aha moment. I went, it's Whoopi. It's Whoopi. I tell you what. OK, there's a moment, but someone's going to be knocking on your door, God willing, when it comes to movie 3. OK, I'm thinking, Whoopi should write.
There you go.
You know. Well, our thanks to Geri Halliwell-Horner for lots of different reasons, including Rosie Frost, Ice on Fire. It's available today, and you know what? You can scan the QR code and get it. But you know what, y'all? Yeah, I want to hear that you really know what I'm going to say. That's right. Members of our studio audience, you're all going home with a copy. You will love